trouble with dropped frames here, so I'm not quite sure what that's all about, but I'm sure we're gonna figure it out. All right, so yesterday was Hustle Muscle Thursdays, where we were preparing for a big holiday launch, and I think I showed you guys that last time. I'm going to be offering a painting course for pet lovers, art lovers, and people who love glamour. That's right. It's portraits and pets, Paris, and glamour. My Streamlabs is getting all laggy. You're doing so fine all this time. Now lag frames. Oh, this comes out. Okay. Anyways, so just in the act of doing my thing, it seems like that movie stars, people seem to love movie stars, glamour, pets. So I've decided, I can't find it right now, where is it? I've decided to combine all of them and create a painting course designed around, here we go, I found it, all right. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna now change to desktop and frame, and we can go here. Right, and so these are all these excellent photos I found with celebrities and their. I love Fran Drescher. She loves this little guy. You see her with such great affection in her face. Look, Zappa, Tupac, Lennon. This is somebody else had the same idea. This is actually, this whoever, it's a drawing or something. Fantastic portrait. John. And so I am going to start off my, oh look, isn't that adorable? Young Michael Jackson, Dolly Parton. That's, in my research, Dolly Parton is a huge, millions and millions of people on Facebook are loving Dolly Parton. But we're gonna go, where are we gonna go? There we go. We're going right here. I keep doing that. I should know better. But we aren't going to stay there. We're going to crop and pop the way we like it. Crop. Come on. We're going to get in our square. You see how it says CD cover? Album cover, people. Come on. It's an album cover. So we're going to crop Marilyn into an album cover format. And we're going to just, because does this say Marilyn? No. Does that say Marilyn? No. Does this? All of this information is, you know, if you have all the time in the world and you really like painting, you might want to do the entire thing. But this is not what this course is about. This course is about making portraits, painting portraits that make people go, wow. And there's a scientific reason why we do what we do. So look, come on. Is that cool or what? Isn't that adorable? And so we're going to paint that. We're gonna throw a little black and white on there. Discard the changes. This is another great one. But look at the affection. That's another great one too. It's like Bridget Bardot. She had such affection. That's another tender one. But like we said, we're looking for the pop. This is a very flat image. And in fact, this is somewhat flat as well. It's just if we pop it, right? We don't want to lose the pug. You want the lightest lights and the darkest darks coming through because that's what's the easiest to paint. And so that's the task for this weekend. Basically, I have to record the course, which takes a certain set of disciplines and tools and whatnot. Okay, so how's my audio? How are you doing? I find that I'm screaming. For some reason, I'm always screaming at the mic. I need to get my radio voice on. You know, like the Bob Royce character. You know? Wouldn't that be better? Okay, so let's take a look. Oh, okay, my canvas. Some weird spirits are rocking the house today because I specifically knew you were coming, and there we go. Who's that? That looks like Humphrey Bogart, if you ask me. Oh no, he's okay. Yeah, okay, let's see how he goes. Yeah, that looks good. And, so we're gonna go through the painting. I'm gonna show you a little, a few tips and tricks. And also, I finished just in the time between we talked yesterday and today. We have, of course, the great Jack Nicholson. I'm loving me some Jack right there. We'll go through him too, maybe. But Bogey was especially interesting because, as you can see, I picked a photo. Let me see. Just give me 1 second. I picked a photo. Do you see all this dark? That's not by accident, man. That's by design. And, okay, here, perfect. So, this is the original photo, all right? And, like I was saying, we just want the information that's necessary. We don't want to be, and so you have to go through the discipline of kind of like chopping off the top of the head, which is a little bit difficult sometimes, especially if the subject has great hair. So I cropped it like that, pretty much. I think I even went a little bit lower. And I love this for a number of reasons. This was a little bit too much of a crop. I gave me some more headroom. Because it's very masculine and all this with the gender fluid. You know, okay, that's good for you. But I'm a toxic male type of guy, all right? That's my expression. And if it offends you, good. I got me some toxic male energy going around. And, in my preference, I enjoy very masculine or very feminine photos. That's my preference. There's a song that I just wrote recently. It's kind of really weird. a flock of seagulls and ducks or something. I don't know what's going on there. Anyways, so we're gonna get back to Bogey. Yes. Okay. So when I'm gonna show you my screen now, and then I'm gonna show you how I work. Okay. So this is how you and me are hanging out together. Over here is Streamlabs. Okay, over here is PowerPoint. And so when I'm painting, I mean, this is my entire desktop. I'm painting in a very small sort of thing. So it's a little bit difficult to paint. Not difficult, it's just there's not as much information for me to have. So to get this to the size, well, it's called site size. So the centimeter that I see here should be the centimeter that I see there. What my desktop actually looks like is this. And then I'm bringing the subject up to about this big, and right now that's about the same size as the canvas that's on my desktop atelier. And so I move around the painting, as you know, and then this is part of a virtual atelier setup, right? So this is part of the workbook that I've created to sort of help you bring things into a easy and straightforward way to approach the canvas like this. So I'm spending a lot of my time like that, right? Except like this. There we go. It's about the same size. All right. But for what we're doing, I got to bring it down to about a 50% magnification, and I stick it over there. I bring me up over there. All right. Okay. And so we're gonna go through, painting together. I'm gonna kind of show you. I'm gonna get rid of, I'm gonna center it here. Okay. Actually, let me take a look. How does that look? We could actually come up just a little bit there. Okay. So now this light, see how this works. Okay, is that better? Now I'm dark. It's okay. I can be dark. I'm very chiaroscuro. So we're gonna take the grid lines off, right? And so basically we've got a pentatonic scale here, right? And then we move around the canvas using our grid lines that you saw. And I'm gonna kind of show you what is up. Now, can you see that? All right. You see the difference? I took one of these brushes and I cut them off to create this stubble effect. You see that? Let's see if we can get closer, lower right. So what I do is I lay a foundation either of a dark tone or a light tone. Then I'll use this, right? the flat brush. I use that and I just dip it. So here's the, I just dip it, dunk, 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 and I test it like on a cloth, if I have too much or whatever, and then I make that stubble. And so it's almost like a sponge effect. All right. So, now you can kind of see right here. He's that little line in his forehead is a little bit, I'm a little bit off there. Like I could move it over that way a little bit. And I was off by the nose by a few, maybe about 1/8 of an inch. So I had to move the nose over this way. And this was up here. That turn in the nose was actually up there. So I did a lot of measuring. And this was more difficult than I thought. I thought it would be easy because of the there was so much dark space, negative space. But what is happening is the lack of emotion, the fact that he doesn't have a smile, right? And so, Humphrey Bogart kind of had that sort of overbite or whatever it was, that made him talk the way he talked. And so to capture that, there's a very delicate thing that's happening in the lips. Let's see. Well, we'll just go around. Okay, can you see here? You see here? This almost looks like a witch, like a warlock with a hat, and his nose is there. Okay, you can see that I'm a little bit off. I could be a little bit darker in here, and over here there's this little bit of a nose thing, and I don't have the little bit of a nose thing. And so as we're moving around, you have to decide when you're going to stop. Like over here, there's a little definition in the ear. Mine is a little bit lighter than this, or a little bit bigger. I could bring it down a little bit smaller, but I'm happy with the placement of the reflection in the eye. I'm happy about, I could be a little bit more, this is a little bit jumpy here. I could be putting in other tones right above that, because it's a little bit too black and whitey, but it's, the placement is good. This eye was difficult because this is very gray over here. So to get that grayness and then to make that light blast, plus getting that eyebrow in the right angle. But you see the sort of stippling effect that we have here, that was done with that brush. And then something happens when you paint in this method, especially with it upside down. And that ear, right? It's like pretty much right there at the top of the scale in terms of the lightest light. And so you paint it, and like I teach and like I do all the time, this looks to me like a crane, right? Like a swan or a crane. There's the long beak. So you get into that mode, and then all you do is see this crane hanging off Humphrey Bogart's head. You're like, what's that crane doing there, man? Anyways, so once again, the stippling technique, I'm cutting this down here, dipping it into the darkest dark, and then sometimes using a very small brush, going in there, laying in the foundation, then light tone, laying in the foundation, and then spreading it out with this type of flat brush. Okay. And so here we go. The lower, not a whole lot of shaking going on, but still, this area here was very difficult. So let's take a look at it. Oh, it's gonna be, we're gonna have to go send. Okay. It was, so much is going on. I didn't even realize. I mean, I've been doing this for how long? I should have predicted this. But let me put on the light. You can see that better. There's all of these interwoven little shapes there, right here, and to get them exact took some time, and so there's a lot of measuring and a lot of adjustment, but I finally got it to where I'm pretty happy. And so it's important to always be squinting and moving back, right? You're always squinting and you're sight-sized. Very, very important that you're sight-sized. I'm not sight-sized here. Why is that? This should be more like Halloween here. Always adjusting, man. All right. So there we are more. You understand what I'm saying? You want what's on your computer screen to be the same size as what's on your canvas. It's the most important thing. You want to be doing all this adjusting. You got enough adjusting to do. So one of the tricks is, if you have a radiator or heat source, it's a great time to paint in the winter. In the summer, you put your canvas or canvas board in the sunlight to make it dry. Here I was putting it on a radiator, and it dries, instead of days, they dry in hours, which is a beautiful thing. So what do you say we take a look at, what do you say we take a look at Jack Nicholson? All right, the man, the myth, the legend. So let me get rid of Bogey, and we come up with Jack. Oh, he popped up there right away. Alrighty. Yeah. My man, Jack. All right. So this was crazy. Actually, in many ways, this was easier than Humphrey Bogart, because the the face is so filled with contrasts and shapes that it was a lot of fun. I still could go in there and you know, tighten it up. It's very easy for the brain to just jump in there, and you are fine-tuning all the stuff that doesn't matter. Like with his thumb here. See how mine is, the wrinkles on his thumb are more defined? You know, I could bring those down. Let me get rid of the grids. I could bring those lines down if I want, and see I'm a little bit hot up here on that tone, right underneath the nail, and I'm being a little bit painterly. You know, I'm not getting it as exact, because I was really interested in this area where there's a reflection from the nose guards of the glasses, and I could bring down. I'm a little bit light on the glasses here. I could hit that again with ivory black. Upper right. Look at that. Baby, got that crazy. And I'm a little bit, well, it could be the light. Here it looks like I'm a little bit too light. But anyways, I'm stating that the lightness on the cheek there, I was able to get that. And all this was a lot of fun. This area right there is just like zoom, one stroke, and you feel good, right? When you're able to just do that one stroke, it basically, okay, it was this brush, and I'm just, you know, you're kind of shaking a little bit, and so you just got to go, whoa, and you don't do it the first time off, because, you know, you kind of got to get used to how the brush is delivering paint to the canvas. So at some point you go in there, and then when you hit it, right, and you're successful, this is what they always talk about, like with Rembrandt and Velasquez. They're always like, oh, they just use one stroke of the brush to make this statement on the dress. I always talk about that one stroke, these masters. And well, this is what they're talking about. And so when you do this stroke, and when you get that stroke going on, you just feel so good. All right, so that cigar was fun. So we go upper left. See, the hair, I could get more detailed if I want, you know, I don't know. The ear, I'm keeping the ear loose, just the Rembrandt strokey, Velasquez strokiness, just not giving it a whole lot of definition, but also very much I'm using the I should give a name for this brush, the guillotine off with your head. So yeah, so that's the difference between the tip and sort of the flat surface there. Boom. Boom. We're going back in reverse, counterclockwise, and we are back home. So that's it. So I've still gotta go once over with Maryland. We got Jack. We got Humphrey Bogart. We even have the man, the myth, the legend, Barack Obama. Oh yeah. And yep, that was done in honor of Barack. Oh, he's getting all on there. Jeez. This was done in the honor of Barack coming to the. I gotta varnish these guys. They're getting all beat up. This was done in honor of the portrait coming to the Art Institute. Did a big thing, and my ads were rejected by Facebook as being too political. Come on, people. They paint Barack Obama as too political. So crazy. So that is the sort of extension when the hustle muscle of Thursday, Friday. It took literally, I don't know. I painted all of those in the spring. It's like literally 6 months of learning Facebook ads, active campaign, this email. What do they call them? Autoresponders. These autoresponders, right? And then you have to, you're testing and you can't. And the other thing is, all right. Let's have a serious talk. You can't. It's like I was watching this Jocko Willink podcast, and they were reviewing this book, The Great Disasters of Military Leaders. And the theme with all these leaders that had just these catastrophic failures, like, my God, how could, information is coming in saying the enemy is over there. They ignore the information and everybody gets slaughtered. You're like, what are you doing? How couldn't that happen? And so they discuss how ego, rank, trying to not make the wrong decision, fear, all these things come into play. And the generals who were the most successful didn't have a preconceived notion of how the battle should go. So in business, I'm doing all of these portraits, and I have to be prepared. Like, the testing said that the Marilyn Monroe portrait is someone that I got the best feedback from, so I'm creating a product around that. But it has to sell, not just sell. It has to sell at a profit in relation to the ad spend that you're putting in. So if you're selling a $27 product and you're spending $28 in ad spend to get that one person, you're operating at a loss. So you have to be able and willing to drop and say, yes, I spent the last 3 months or 2 months or whatever working on this thing and it's not selling. You have to can it. That's right. You have to can it. Can you swear on Facebook? I don't think so. But you have to crap can it. Got to throw it in the crap can. So that's about it. I got a lot of work to do. Got to sort of reconfigure the studio for product development. So that should keep me busy. I hope to be. My goal is to get the hustle muscle going. It seems like every time I do a live, just all these fantastic leads get captured through my Facebook campaign. So if it works, don't change it. All right, guys, you know the drill. Come in. I know, stupid COVID. You're not supposed to. But when in Rome, you like the Romans, and when in France, we're going to kiss like that because that's what they do. Yeah. All right. Another new tune. So we're going to go out. My latest crazy music. Here we go. Au revoir. See you next time.